What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be replacing the sink. We're going to be changing out the faucet and changing the whole sink just in general. So basically this is just going to be a full tutorial on full demo and install. What you're going to want is a razor blade, caulk gun, set of grips, probably a screwdriver because some of these have metal clamps. So you're going to want a Phillips head screwdriver so you can take off the clamps that has locked into the bottom of this countertop. So under our sink in the back, we're gonna have our cold and hot water shut-off valves here. We're gonna run the sink like this, and we're gonna cut our water valves off. So lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Twist all the way to the right. This one all the way to the right as well. And what you're gonna see is our water is eventually gonna give up on us. You do wanna make sure that you twist these all the way to the right. So after you make sure that they're nice and tight, there is a P-trap usually right here. And this is kind of what locks the sink down. Well, this is what catches the water, you know, so the water runs out. So you're gonna loosen this P-trap here. And this has a little rubber seal on it. And after you loosen this should be able to slide straight up out of that PVC down there. And this is where you're gonna need your set of pliers. Let me see if you can see both of them. One's right here, you see this one? And here's another one. Sometimes you might want to keep a bucket. If these are old, they might have a little drip to them. Drips a little water, don't worry. It's not gonna, be the end of the world. Won't have any water damage. There's gonna be some leftover water in the line. 4 or 5 drips, which I have my rag here. Okay, now I have you guys to my level. These are the brackets that we're gonna be loosening because they lock the sinks in. There isn't. Cut this caulk. There we go. Should come straight up and out. Let's go ahead and open up our faucet because what we're gonna need to do is assemble this faucet on the sink before we install it. Instructions, we don't need those. This is your instructions. You're gonna need these on the bottom of the box. Do not think that those are just trash. Do not just toss those and get rid of them. You can put them to the side. Keep this right here, so you make sure you want to leave that seal on. There she goes. Pretty white sink. Take all the trash. Now we have an even bigger trash can. The push faucet. You're gonna stick that push drain through, right where it looks like it goes, and stick this baby on just like this. You wanna roll that seal all the way to the top. And you're gonna tighten this down. Might seem like it's getting hard, but you're gonna wanna keep spinning until it has no more play. So let's fasten this down. Hey, it has no play. This doesn't have no play. Drain closed, drain open. The front of our sink, this is the back, so we want our faucets facing the front. We're gonna keep our seal on. Put it this way so you can see. We're gonna tighten these on. Nice and tight. These, you can use a set of pliers on these. These aren't gonna break. I grab from here. It's not gonna break from grabbing the faucet. It's also not gonna break from grabbing the sink. It's just some leverage. Drop it. This is just to make sure everything lines up. We're not setting the sink in yet. So as long as that drain, you're gonna open your cabinets down here. Make sure it falls in. You can kind of eyeball it from the top as well. So it fell straight in. So what we're gonna do is take our sink back out. Remember the seal? This was a very important piece. You do not want to lose this. First, what I always like to do, carefully get a good razor blade. And you can kind of skin nice and smooth the old caulk. So what we're gonna do is grab our caulk gun here, because this is where you're gonna want your caulk. So I'd say for this situation, the more the better, because this is going to be the only thing holding your sink in place from shifting, from falling into the hole. So you want to put a nice, big bead of caulking all the way around. Get you a nice bead like that. I have a hole in the front too. I'm dropping my sink in. You want to make sure it falls right into the piping. Remember on the bottom? Once it's in, you want to set it nice and straight so your caulk sets. All right. So what we're gonna want to do is fasten this baby down. Tighten this, just hand tight. This one back up on this side, and we're gonna hook this one back up on this side, the hot and cold water. Oof. All right, that's the fun part. Lefty loosey to loosen these babies up, nice and slow, make sure there's no leaks. You want to fill around where you tighten to make sure nothing is leaking. You're going to loosen the other one up just a little bit. And now you loosen them all the way up. No drips. And we have water, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so you either want to tell your client, your customer, your friend, or yourself not to touch this sink or move it. I usually say for the rest of the day, just for their safety and for my safety. I'm gonna get a caulk gun again, smear these in, caulk around again. So you want to keep you a nice rag or a bucket of water and sponge on you, so you can clean over the existing caulk. All right guys, and that's your sink for you. Caulked around nice edges, everything's cleaned up. Cold hot water, turn on, everything's tightened down. Caulk is settling in on the bottom. Make sure to share this, if you know anybody trying to replace a sink. Appreciate you guys from hanging out. This is Fashion with Fashion Home Designs. I'm checking out.